So I've just finished watching Lost You Forever. It took me forever because I have been fixing up cosplays for you guys. But let's talk about it. So Lost You Forever season 2 actually came out on my birthday. But I didn't start watching it till a little bit later because I like to binge it. And there weren't enough episodes out. I personally watched it on the WeTV app, but you can also watch it on Rakuten Viki from the looks of it, and you likely can watch it on the WeTV or Tencent channels on YouTube for the small membership fee. Unlike season 1, there's only 23 episodes, and they're usually about 45 minutes long, although I did spot one episode for about 51 minutes. Our leading lady is Yang Ze, and she plays Xiao Yao, and we have a plethora of men in this, all very beautiful. Now, as usual, I'm going to keep the spoilers to a minimum and try and keep spoilers out completely. But one thing I will say is watch season 1 because you might get a bit lost in places if you don't watch season 1. Now, it was a painful wait for season 2, and there was a lot of heated debates online as to which man Xiao Yao should end up with. I would have been happy with all of them. And I'm not going to say anything in particular beyond that. I did have a favourite, and I'm not going to tell you whether or not they ended up with her. Again, no spoiler. So in season 2, we're obviously following on the story from season 1. The quality of the show was just as high as season 1 was. Again, it was Azanzia, although while it's Azanzia, they keep the magic and spiritual power stuff to a minimum. So if you're not overly keen on the Zanzia stuff, this is kind of a light Zanzia. So you might still like this. What I particularly liked is how they went into everybody's motivations and they made everybody's reasonings for what they were doing quite believable and quite, I wouldn't say understandable in all cases, but you could see why a person got to where they were when they did what they did. Now, there were one or two things I disliked about this season. One of them was the ending. We knew, obviously by then, who the final couple was. And while we got sort of an ending credit scene almost with one group, shall we say? It's so hard trying to keep spoilers out. We didn't actually, the final scene wasn't actually with Xiao Yao and the person she ended up. That seemed a shame to me, and at least on the WeTV channel, there didn't appear to be any special episode, and I think they could have just done with a little sort of, maybe sort of 30-second scene, just showing sort of, kind of like they did at the end of, kind of like Ashes of Love, where you had a little scene just at the end that showed the happy couple together. Maybe they've popped out a few kids, this, that and the other, just a kind of nice wholesome ending, something like that. One other point that didn't sit particularly well with me was one particular episode. Something happened and it turned out to be a dream. And I just felt that was a bit lame for me. If you're a gamer, there was a Mario game that did the same thing. I can't think of that off the top of my head. But I think it would have been interesting to see where they went with it. Unfortunately, the way they went with it at that point kind of would have ended the show. So I can see why they did what they did, and it's probably a part of the original source material. So it's not the end of the world. So I'm going to have a little chat about all of the characters. You've got Jiang Liu, Tu Shanjing, and Shan Juan. God, I can't pronounce his name. Anyway, what I liked about each of her suitors, per se, there is a fourth one, but he's kind of just shoehorned in there for me, so we're going to talk about the main ones, is how different they are from each other, but also two of them have quite big similarities. Now, I'm not going to go into who's who, because again, that would be spoilers. Now, 2 out of the 3 main suitors they often use the main character as some kind of pawn. They use her for a reason. They need her to help them with something or do something for them. And while a lot of people found both characters very endearing, one of those characters was very sweet, always put her first, and was basically the most loving of them, at least what you can call love. For example, when you love someone, if they don't love you, then if you love them and want them to be happy, and you really do love them, then you let them go. You let them go with the person that they love. And there was a lot of time where this wasn't happening, and it was annoying for me, but I get it. I get the writing, I get the motivations behind the characters and so on. And that's all I'm going to say about them, because, you know, it's going to be spoilers. I absolutely loved Youngza in this. Her acting was absolutely spot on. She made me feel every emotion that she had. She is a stellar actress, and I absolutely adore her. But that's enough of that. If you've watched it, what do you think? Do you agree with me? Try to keep the spoilers to a minimum. And like, follow, or subscribe for more C-drama, non-spoiler reviews, and cosplay madness. Bye!